Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
What up? We're gonna go and rip it up at a couple of breweries and see what's going on in Victoria. So it's me today, we got Brandon, we got Shane, we got Isha, and we got Tim, all on board for some adventures.
Serving license.
I'll do a flight too.
You want another flight?
You don't have a serving license?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we're gonna sit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So we're allowed to do 12 ounces per customer per day.
Gotcha.
This is a West Coast IPA, Among Giants. Very nice.
So we're at Hoyne Brewing in Victoria, and we're just testing out a couple of flights. We've got every
Tim got
brew
them all, every single one.
here, so big thanks to old Tim.
Everybody's dragging their ass right now in the drinking department too. Just saying.
And we have a few more places we gotta go. So far, what's everybody's favorite?
All time so far, I still have to say the Pilsner. Super simple, I know, but I just love the Hoyne Pilsner. But they're all good. Dark Matter's great.
Pretty deadly. So far, I think that my favorite here is the Shine On. It's like a hazy IPA. Super nice though.
I like the West Coast IPA. Super flavorful, and it's not super hazy. It's kind of, yeah, you can get a lot more bitter West Coast IPAs, but I like how this one's just shy of 7%, and there's a lot more flavor in it.
It's called Among Giants.
Yeah, super cool can art as well, and you can't go wrong with Dark Matter's their like flagship, and that's been my favorite for years.
What are you saying, Shane?
Out of the ones that I drank today, probably I'd go with Helios. Although it's only two. I'd go with Helios for today. I really do like the Dark Matter, though. I get that one sometimes.
How was the Por Favor? You tried that one, the Mexican style.
I tried the Kolsch and I tried the Helios.
What are you saying, Brandon?
So far, my favorite's been the Finnegan's Irish Stout.
Irish Stout.
It's a 5.1%, and it's very good.
So, you guys have seen what we're drinking. We're gonna keep after it, and there's more breweries to come in a bit, so see you in a bit.
I want to try this one. Yeah.
be extremely painful to be bitten by any one of them.
Any Bacillitherius species.
And you have three of them, right?
And Kilobrachys, and we've got 2 Kilobrachys species. Like those are the ones that are associated with the most painful bites. And the Heterosconda maculata's testimonials, multiple people have said that at the exact instant that that tarantula bit them, the pain was equivalent to being absolutely just like a red hot nail being driven into the bone. Like excruciating pain instantly,
Right.
like screaming.
Right.
They've got all these patterns and striking colors that's literally a warning. Right. It's like I am bright and colorful. You said that their Pilsner was the most awarded, right?
What's up, guys? Just finished off some beers here at Moon Underwater. Unbelievable spot, and we're gonna have a little tour here of the distillery and brewery in just a moment, so come along with us.
It's actually interesting to see the similar look with things like the pumps. Yeah. All the different valves. Quite complex, right? A very complex operation.
Yeah. In the 90s when it was fab originally. It was made for a company in Korea that wanted to have a brew pub in the bottom of their hotel.
Yeah.
And apparently in Korea, this is the way the boss always sells it, their version of the Yakuza has like significant control over the alcohol production market. So you either have to pay them a tithe, which makes production unfeasible, or stock entirely their products. So it just kind of sat in the basement as a showpiece for years. And then they carted it up, some guy bought it, and then we bought it, and now it's here.
Nice.
So what's actually really unique about ours, so a lot of places will only have like a 2-vessel system, and so I don't know if anyone's being like really hands-on about the process with you guys yet, but so ours, the 2-vessel system is the beer will start in one of the tanks. I can open this guy up.
Two hours later.
And this tank has a false bottom.
Okay,
So
yeah.
those slats down
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
So everything will start in there, and then you will what's called lautering, and that will filter all the extra liquid. Beer starts as liquid and grains.
Yeah.
And then we'll send that over to the kettle. Ours is a little different, where everything will start in the kettle, and then we'll pump it over here, and then we'll drain it, filter it, and send it back. This allows us to do a process called decoction mashing, and that's the unique, very cool thing about us. So our Hefeweizen, our Pilsner, and our Dunkel are all decoction mashed. Decoction mashing is you will do the sugar extraction, because that's the first part of the process. And then send like half of it over here, keep it at the regular temperature you keep it, and then boil the rest, grains and all. And that helps build like some caramelizing characters. Some people say it doesn't really do much now because we've gotten so much better at GMOing the grains and selecting for things that would be desirable, so we don't really need to do that. But I mean, our Pilsner is the most awarded beer in Canada, so I think that there is a difference.
Not all heroes wear capes. Like, take a look at this frickin' place and look at the process and how technical everything actually is. And you think of how long beer has been around for thousands and thousands of years. Like, yeah, like I say, I mean, like, slow clap, good job, honestly. Like, holy.
Yeah, thank you. We have this one here, which is our whirlpool. So some people will do like a recirculation for 10 minutes. We just kind of have a send it and forget it because we can't send it from there to back up.
Yeah.
Just a limitation of the system. Then we will send it down there for fermentation in the cellar. Sometimes we use these big tanks here for fermentation and lagering. Those are our bright tanks. And then we'll package off those. Nice thing about these guys, we can ferment and package all in one, no need for a transfer.
How long does it take to ferment?
Depends on the beer. I'm waiting on in the tank dead center down there is a duck that I brewed. And it has not even started yet, which is a little concerning, but we'll make it work.
I have a couple more questions for you.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, so what got you into brewing in the first place? How did you start this career?
I was a home brewer.
Oh yeah.
I was a home brewer. I started in 2017. Decided that this is what I wanted to do for a job. At the time, I was managing Tim Hortons for a local franchise, and so they bounced me around to a couple stores there. And then eventually, I'm like, yeah, it's stable enough. Let's make the jump and be here for 2 years. If I ended up in any other brewery, I wouldn't be a brewery yet. So here I started as a packager 2 years ago, and then just luck would have it, people kept leaving. If there was opportunity, I had the aptitude for it. And
meant to be,
cool.
yeah,
right?
like Hoyne down the road. I know for a fact they also like to promote for women, but they have so many people there waiting for brewer positions because just no one's leaving.
Well, it's a pretty sought after career, I would imagine. And my next question for you is, do you have a favorite to brew and a favorite to drink here?
Favorite to drink, it all really depends on the day. Like, for light stuff, I do generally prefer a Pilsner, but one of you guys, you said that you had the Imperial Stout. We only brew that once a year, and I snag a couple bottles to take home every time.
Is there quite a difference between, like as far as the chemistry of each beer goes? Like if you're brewing a dark beer, like a stout as opposed to a Pilsner, is there a big difference between how it's done?
There's some like water chemistry additions that we'll add. That'll make the water a little more basic and kind of changes the palate a little bit. But a lot of that chemistry tends to happen in the, it's not like super complex chemistry. It's like measuring 500 grams of sodium chloride, dumping it in the water, and then just letting it mix around and you're good.
Very good.
Then there's other like chemistry stuff that we're not really involved in. That's more on the malting side. So we have a local farmer. All of our malt is locally grown, just 20 kilometers up the road. And they grow all the grains on their property and malt them for us. And then, yeah, they supply for a bunch of different breweries in town, but I think we are one of the few that is like 99%.
That's very cool.
There's some things they don't produce, so we have to.
We love local farmers here on Vancouver Island.
He's a local farmer himself.
We've got some family that's farming. They do Island Hothouse out of Saltaire, so it's peppers, cucumbers, zucchinis, all kinds of stuff, and they supply a lot of stores. So as a family, we like to support local. So it's really cool to see that Vancouver Island is supporting local.
I used to work just down the road, and you guys have come a long way in the last few years. Keep up the great work. This is great. The beer is awesome. I love the expansion, the distillery, and clearly bringing you on helped because it's
So
they're going to the moon, no pun intended.
look at this here, though.
So I can't take too much credit.
Well, that's awesome, dude.
I gotta
Thank you
ask.
so very much, dude. Having us in.
So is this here so that you can come up?
It's discouraged,
Right?
but there's nothing stopping me.
So, I mean, it looks to me that this clearly has one purpose.
It's at a very specific height, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know,
It's shoulder height. It hits you on the way by.
yeah.
That's
So,
legitimately something that a lot of brewers
when you have to test your creation and your stock,
Be scarred there, it'd be like a tattoo.
every one of these has one of these nice, convenient, almost head level. Easy, you can see you can dial it right in. Big lever here, you got a little twist there. Like, I wish I had one of these places in my basement.
You only got horsies in your basement.
Realistically, gotta respect the craft. I don't want to waste the drop, so I'll take a sample off of that. And then
Yeah.
I'll just drink the sample.
Attaboy.
Same thing with extra steps.
Yeah.
Cool, Charles.
On to the next spot.
What is the Pilsner called?
Moon Pilsner, I think.
I should have tried that.
Awesome.
Okay, so that was super cool.
Hey!
We got to adventure with Charles and he showed us around the brewery, so we're gonna move on to the next one and see who else we can meet.
Like, I don't know at this point really whether I should be saying anything about it.
What up, what up? Okay, so we've just arrived at VIB, or Vancouver Island Brewing. We're going into the tap room. I'll show you around.
Here's the first couple for you guys. Is that everyone? I think one. Yeah, 4. Cool.
Anybody want a little piece of local pepperoni?
Nice.
Little dick stick.
And that is a seal penis?
Very aphrodisiac. Whale penis.
I got an IPA.
Animal.
You betcha. It's almost like sort of citrusy. You still get that IPA flavor though. Classic kind of hazy deal. I really like the color. You can't see through it, even if you tried. Totally blind, which makes it real hazy. But excellent so far.
Interesting.
It's not that sweet, eh? Which is a good thing. I like that. Alright, what are you drinking, Shane?
I'm double fisting some guava and porter.
Those are like the two most contrasting.
That's what we used to call it back in the day.
I love what Shane's like, I can't keep drinking at this place. It's just double fisting brews.
Okay, so we're here at VI Brewing. We've tried a few beers.
By the way, shout out to the staff, they're a bunch of beauties.
They are absolutely a bunch of beauties. They're letting us film here just like everybody else has been super, super cool, especially because we're kind of like spur of the moment. So I had the Broken Islands Hazy IPA. It's absolutely deadly, and the boys got a flight. Brandon paid for some brews for everybody to try. So you have a favorite, Brandon, that you tried?
So far, I liked the Dominion Dark Lager. Was very good.
Tim?
This Islander is really nice. Deadly.
Shane, what did you think?
I think the guava.
This one, eh?
No, this one I have two on.
No, this was from Ile Sauvage.
This one, the guava one on here.
Tim's like, I'll shoot.
Sorry, go ahead.
The guava one on here. That was one. It's so different from other beers.
Was this sour?
I don't know if it was or not. It wasn't that sour, but it might have been considered sour.
Okay, I really like their West Coast IPA. Obviously, I like the bitter. I like the bitter stuff more than even like the hazies. So I really like the West Coast IPA. It came in at 7%. I also really liked the Nanaimo Bar Imperial Porter coming in at 8.2%. Not super thick, not super sweet. And I usually stay away from Nanaimo Bar anything because it's just too damn sweet. I don't even like Nanaimo bars.
Right to jail, right away.
But this is good, yeah. It's more of like a hint of it than anything. Not super thick and still coming in with that 8.2%. You can't go wrong. So I'm really impressed with this one. Well, it's funny that like I'm impressed with this one because it's not too complex. If it was more complex, I wouldn't like it. So for whatever that's worth. By the way, I really like their cups too. They're like the little cans. I dig them.
Dude, I bug him all the time because it's like, yeah, Phillips Brewing. We might as
Mine as well.
Mine as well. It's mine as well.
Mine as well.
I know Isha, he said hitting their stride. I remember on a podcast.
What does Hoppy call them? Ishisms?
Ishisms.
Dude, this is nuts.
I can't believe how big that is. But you know what? It actually makes sense because Phillips Brewing is probably Canada-wide, I would bet you.
They're BC for sure. Maybe Alberta, but I think that's it. Oh, the Duke, dude. The good old Duke. like? How many are... Okay, we'll do the electric unicorn. Do the free ride.
Isha, what did you do?
So also the recommended tasting order 1, 2, 3, 4. This list just follows that.
Awesome, thank you. I got the Bass Ackwards Electric Unicorn Free Ride and the Ginger Ale.
So we've tried a few different brews. Brandon just got a mango brew. What was that mango brew you just got, Brandon?
It's a great question.
It was deadly.
Mango Ghost. It was great.
Mango Ghost. So it's super tangy, little bit like a sour. It's almost kind of like that, but excellent. What was your favorite, Tim?
The f***ing pretzel and the beer nacho cheese.
Pretty deadly.
Just kidding.
And then your score adds.
I actually like the banana.
The Bananarama was pretty awesome, actually.
I thought that was gonna be dog shit, right?
Like a little bit of banana flavor aftertaste, right? But it's not like super prevalent when you take your first sip. It's not until after it sneaks up on you a little bit.
I thought that was very interesting play on flavors, and the banana didn't really show up for me until right at the end.
Yeah,
which was kind of nice. I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting. I kind of thought it was going to be like you know that banana medicine that you have when you're a kid? It's like penicillin or something. I don't know what it is. You'd think that that was what you were going to get, but you don't get that banana flavor until the end, and it's subtle. It's not like super in-your-face banana, but just enough that you're like, okay, that's definitely banana.
In the aftertaste.
In the aftertaste. What was your favorite, Shane?
Here?
Yeah.
Probably the banana.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous. We've all kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, I've tried quite a few at Bananarama. Just the aftertaste is like so many. I love bananas too. I have 2 bananas in my smoothie every morning.
There you go. That's the one for you then, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, also, I have to thank you again for that magic card, the Hopomancer.
Oh, the
that
sticker?
you got me was so cool.
How cool is that?
Okay, so we're at Phillips Brewing. We've tried a few. I got a flight right here. We just rocked some Bananarama, which is like a banana flavored type beer. It's pretty epic, so worth a shot, but they don't bottle it. You actually got to come here to get that. So we've got an order for the flight, which is something that a lot of breweries don't do, but that's kind of neat actually. So number one, tasting flight, Bananarama 4 ounce.
This is
fermented with specialty wit yeast Bonanza. This powerful ale features ripe banana notes with a hint of pear and bubblegum, supported by the grain bill of house malted barley, wheat, and oats. Next up is Free Ride. So on the flight, number 2, this guy right here.
There's the banana.
Classic Northwest bitterness is balanced with the fruity flavors from the heavy dry hop. Notes of tropical fruit, citrus, pine, and stone fruit, followed by a smooth mouthfeel and the sweetness of the oats and wheat added to a grain bill. The third one that we got on here is DS Blueberry Pomegranate. Sorry, the beer is finally getting to me. Pours deep crimson with upfront tardiness. Fresh blueberry balances, a sweet hit of pomegranate, a sour bite is balanced with fruit sweetness, finishing puckeringly dry, soured with our house strain of Lactobacillus. Don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
See, Kyle just finished the Hooked on Phonics, and he learned to read in 3 weeks.
Reading Rabbit, yeah. And then there is also the Yippee Pie 4 ounce. This blueberry pie inspired sour ale pours deep violet with notes of dark berries, pie crust, cinnamon, and vanilla. This complex and easy drinking sour delivers layers of flavor with a balance of sweet and tart. So, come to Phillips Brewing. This place has a pretty sweet aesthetic. As you can see behind me, there's like quite a few cool things going on. There's the brewery right behind us, Tim and Brandon, and just like a super cool atmosphere here. So worth visiting. This is in Victoria, BC. You can come and check it out. Phillips Brewing. Okay, so it's getting a little bit drunk out. We've been to, I think this is our 3rd or 4th brewery. I can't even remember anymore.
I think it was literally tasting this.
I just got a flight. Yippee Pie, dude. Number 4 on our pie, or on number 4 on our chart or whatever was Yippee Pie. Shane has a favorite, Yippee Pie.
Oh yeah.
My favorite, probably Yippee Pie. Literally, they've made beer taste like baked goods. It's unbelievable. They got the crust and everything in that one. It's very blueberry pie. Super, super good. And then we also had the blueberry pomegranate sour. That one was also excellent. So I personally am not a huge sour guy, but I quite liked both of those. They're something that I would order on like a hot summer's day. Pretty epic. What do you think, Shane?
Yeah, so
I love that.
Fucking awesome.
I'm definitely gonna look at that one at the liquor store.
Totally. And there's a few here that you cannot get on bottle. So I believe Bananarama was one of them. I can't remember the other one, but out of the 4 that we had on this flight, 2 of them you cannot get on bottle. So you actually have to come to Phillips Brewing, Vancouver Island, Victoria, BC, and you can test them out for yourself. It's pretty affordable. $9 a flight is reasonable. Tim also got some corn chips as well as a pretzel, which is also epically deadly.
And a tangy pickle.
So feel free to come down here, check this stuff out, and we are moving on to the next brewery. We'll see you in a minute. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Got them in drinking order from left to right. The pale ale, the second one is just tucked in behind there.
Awesome. So we've tried what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 brews. Out of them, the majority of them are pretty good. The atmosphere,
the majority of them are pretty good. That's
not too bad. I would say though that Isha's making fun of me right now. Let's re-record this. Okay, so we're at the Whistle Buoy. We've tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably close to 10 brews. I think that the consensus is about 50-50 on quality here. But if you had a favorite for today, Ish, as far as Whistle Buoy goes, what would you say?
I would say the Imperial.
Foreshadowing for later.
Yeah, the Russian Imperial Stout's very, very good. The Pumpkin, again, sours aren't my thing. They did a good job with that one. And Amber Ale, I think, is good as well.
Brandon, what are you saying, buddy?
So, I think my favorite was the pale ale because it tasted sort of like peaches, but the pumpkin.
Pumpkin was on my level too. It's,
Look at all these beers.
It's unique. It's something that not everybody else is doing, but it is kind of like a sour brew and pretty delicious. What are you saying, Tim?
I like that peanut butter.
The peanut butter was pretty good.
Sorry to say the F word. I get a little unfiltered at times, much like this unfiltered whatever it is.
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
You shouldn't like that, but I think it's pretty funky. What is this one again?
We've lost
The one
track.
you're drinking right now, I think, is the pumpkin.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Buddy at VI Brewing, he sold the peanut butter one better than Dead Frog. He was wrong. He was wrong, dude.
I will have to say though, Dead Frog has a pretty deadly peanut butter. We have maybe in the last little while become a little bit more of beer snobs.
Look at all the ones on the table.
So, I mean, I think this is our 4th different brewery today. It's our 5th different brewery today. So, Hoyne, Phillips, VIB, Moon, and then this one. So yeah, it's our 5th brewery today, and so far, I would say that my favorite was probably Phillips, just because they had a really solid atmosphere. There was a couple of really, really delicious beers, but they kind of hit everything all at once, whereas the rest of them, it's sort of either the beer or the atmosphere. Certainly worth trying all of these, and going for a brewery tour is worth your time, but you gotta bring the boys.
The boys!
Gotta bring the boys. Okay, so we're just gonna review the Whistle Buoy Brewing. I can't talk anymore. We've had about 25,000 beers today. So, what was everybody's verdict on that?
Not as memorable, honestly. Wasn't really as memorable as the other ones. In that
Cool tap room, cool vibes, great area downtown. Beer, subpar.
I would agree.
Brandon was a huge fan.
Like every time I found a beer that like amazed me, it wasn't like one of the ones that was here.
I would say, personally, the brew room, not as cool as, say, Phillips. Phillips was pretty cool, and so was Hoyne.
Moon too.
Moon had a pretty warm
Moon
vibe
had like
too.
a wood slab too. Like
But I
yeah.
would say that the brews were kind of subpar in comparison to the rest of what we've tried today. But there were a few that I would certainly buy, like the stout that they had was pretty good, and the pumpkin one was really good as well.
I would say that, first of all, these guys are trashed. They're hammered, right? They've been drinking all day and they don't even actually really know their ass from a hole in the ground anymore. That being said, there was a couple in there of all the beers that we tried here today from Whistle Stop or Whistle Boy.
Whistle Buoy.
Right? Sorry, I'm drunk too. I'm not gonna f***ing hide it, right? But some of them were like a little bit kind of
Watered down.
They were meh.
Yeah, but some of them were also really good. I liked the Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
And I liked some of those sours. There was some good stuff in there.
But my thing is, when 3 out of 9 are good, you ain't going back.
Probably not. No, like I would say Phillips, out of vibes so far today, has definitely like hit the mark, because the place was super cool and the brews were super cool. The food was super good. Even though it was just like pub food, like corn chips and a pretzel bun, it was delicious.
There was a lot of people in here though, and they had an outdoor section with a tent that was
in a good part of
that
downtown.
was full of people, and like I think that they were actually pretty decent. They just had a couple of really highs and like really lows.
That's a good way to describe it.
Right? Like,
So we are moving on to the next one. I think we're going to Ile Sauvage French one. This one apparently mainly does like sours and stuff like that. So anyway, that's where we're heading. See ya.
It wasn't you.
Okay, so we've been to a few breweries. It's getting a little bit drunk out. And there's been a few of us that have never been on a pub crawl, which is essentially what this is. The only difference is instead of riding a bus to every pub like you would in Calgary, we're walking on foot to every pub that we go to. So
Wouldn't that be called a pub walk?
A pub walk. I suppose that's true. Okay, all right. As we're walking past this, check this out. That's Phillips Brewing behind us. Look at all that. Unbelievable. So they actually own like a whole absolute pile of stuff. Super neat. Can't wait to visit another brewery. I think we're going to Ile Sauvage now, and then we're gonna go to a couple more, one in Sydney, and then we're heading back to Nanaimo. So we'll keep you guys in the loop on what's next, and we'll see you in a minute.
That's frickin' tart, like in a good way.
What do you think that one is? Number 4.
It's f***ing something, man.
It is Dracula. Whatever that is.
Try it. Super good. Thank you.
Wait, so she put this one together?
10 out of 10 recommend.
10 out of 10. Dude, Shane is the most photogenic one out of us all today.
Not in a bad way. In the nicest way possible.
Whoa, what are you eating
That is,
there?
like, such an interesting flavor. The fruver. Okay,
we are at Ile Sauvage, I think is what this one's called, or Ile Sauvage, whatever you want to say. So far, it's basically been all sours, but the food has been deadly. Tim ordered some dumplings, which obviously are all gone. I got the pulled pork, which was really, really good. It had a bunch of chips. So, before we move on, we'll get a verdict from the fellas. So, do you have any favorites, Tim?
The fruver. Never really tasted anything like that before. I know that a couple people here weren't really big fans of it, but I'd have to say that just because we're going off the wall and we've tried so many different things, right? That was like funky, and it had some flavor that I've tasted it before, but I couldn't put my finger on it right now.
It was like
I think that one was.
I'm not.
It was
getting
pear.
Pear, like I'm getting something else, but it was funky. Very nice.
I thought that one was pretty good. It was like pear. They also have a really nice stout here that's very chocolatey, a little bit coffee flavor. What are you saying, Shane?
I say Alcarat.
Oh, Carant.
Yeah.
That's this one here, eh?
This one here.
Okay.
You can taste it if you want.
It's more cider.
That's nice, actually.
Yeah,
I like these sours. I gotta say their sours
Try
are
this.
very strong.
Nobody's tried.
I will say, Kyle, the lager is whack.
Yeah, okay, I would agree. These guys are based typically on sours, I think, and the sours have been pretty deadly if you're a sour person.
This one's interesting.
I like sours in the summer, but I'm not like a huge sour guy. I prefer hazy IPAs. So this is the lager. I'm gonna be totally honest.
That's
at this point, after I've had about 15 different beers today, that tastes like pure water.
The man is drunk.
The man is drunk. Ish. Brewing, even though that's like super hipster, just because
modern,
everybody knows what it is. I like the atmosphere, and for me, a lot of where I'm drinking has to do with the atmosphere. I'm with my buds, so when we go somewhere, I want to feel good when I'm drinking there, and VI Brewing had a really warm vibe, whereas Phillips Brewing had a very modern, like,
pub vibe.
This is a brewery, this is a pub, this is an eatery.
Bunch of people.
You can get many different types of brews, so they kind of had the all-in-one for me as far as everything goes.
Yeah,
but
like the good beer, the good atmosphere,
totally,
the good food, everything.
Absolutely. There was so much involved in Phillips Brewing that everywhere else just hasn't quite hit the mark on. We had top-tier brews, top-tier pub, eatery, top-tier atmosphere. So for me, that hits all the marks. But there's been great brews at every single brewery we've gone to. So you'll have to try them out for yourself. So anyway, we're gonna get out of here. You guys have seen so far the best of Victoria.
The more sauce Kyle gets, the more creative.
And we are definitely gonna let you know what the next place is like. So anyway, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we've hit like 6 breweries today. Things have been pretty cool. We are definitely feeling a little bit drunk out, and we've tried a pile of really beauty beers. There's probably been about 50 different beers that we've tried today. That looks great, and I would say probably 27 out of those beers were absolutely excellent. I don't know about the rest of the boys, but that's just my take on things. What are you saying, Shane?
Beer's been pretty premium today for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it.
It's done the job, right?
It is speechless.
Slam the sours.
Shane just slammed the sours.
We have by no means been able to hit every brewery in Victoria in a day, so if you ever have the chance to come out and do what we would call a pub walk instead of a pub crawl, feel free to go and do it. There's many of them within about a 2-kilometer walking radius, so you can certainly hit 6 or 7 breweries in a day. So give it a shot. Let us know in the comments what you think if you're from Vancouver Island.
Grill them. What are
They know. They know. Again, my buddy's truck took up the whole f***ing road, which is hilarious. During rush hour, it honestly was worth going out of your way.
I love it.
Now it's like you go back.
Is this still recording?
I'll be honest, I'm feeling beer.
No, that's good. Good. I'm glad.
Well, I should hope so.
Yeah.
We only had about
20.
We only,
62
yeah, we
of
only,
them.
we only went to, oh yeah, look, we go a little uphill here too. Alright, we are back home. Didn't end up making it to Saanich, but we're back sipping on a little barrel age to cap off the evening. Boys,
That's rich.
how was the trip? What were your favorite breweries? What were your favorite beers? Kyle, we'll start with you.
That trip was awesome. It's cool to make memories with my buds to start. There's nothing like going out for some brewskis with your budskis. So I quite enjoyed VI Brewing. I thought that place had a really warm atmosphere. The lighting was cool. The beers were great. The bartenders were awesome and they kind of let us just do our thing, which was really neat. So that was a highlight for sure. But I think my favorite one was Phillips. Just the atmosphere there was really cool. It was modern. They've got really great advertising for their beers. Cool labels, cool can art, cool atmosphere there. It was busy, there was good food, and the beer was, as usual, super epic. So Phillips was a highlight for me.
What do you think about this?
This is Fremont, and I believe that Isha paid $30 for one bottle of this. It's a barrel-aged stout. Dark Star is what it's called. Limited 2022 release. It's from Seattle, and it's a bourbon barrel. 8-month bourbon barrel. So it's pretty good. It's like a creamy, thick beer. Lots of flavor though, and certainly worth trying if you can get your hands on it. It's limited though, so.
Tim, how did you enjoy Victoria?
I thought it was great, and my favorite, obviously, I said in the video before, was Hoyne. That being said, I've probably drank thousands and thousands of liters of Hoyne over the years, so I really had my sights set on going there, and didn't get a lot of love there. Whistle Boy, I liked a couple of their beers though. I liked their atmosphere, they were decent, but Phillips, Vancouver, like they were all good, but I would say the best atmosphere in there was definitely Phillips for me.
And what do you think about that barrel age that we're sipping on?
This is good. It's got a little bit of everything. It is quite creamy and almost like a bit of fruit in there. Mm-hmm. And very, very thick. You get notes of the barrel in the end. And smooth. Very nice.
Shane, how did you enjoy Victoria, and how are you enjoying that barrel age?
Yeah, it was awesome. That was pretty tank. I got hungover in the evening, but it was worth it. VI was my favorite place. I like that guava beer. That was really good.
You were also, you liked Moon a lot as well.
Yeah, I liked Moon too. I liked their table was just like a slab of wood, and they had a good vibe there too, but yeah.
And for someone who's not a big like Imperial Stout guy, we've just been drinking barrel aged tonight to cap off the evening. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the barrel aged stuff? It's a little bit different.
That's pretty damn good. It's very like, has quite a few different tastes. So it's kind of cool to taste each one as every sip.
And Brandon's not here. He had to go to a Christmas party, but he did leave us something that I know he wanted to give us. We wanted to unpack it here, so let's do it over here. So Brandon went traveling for, 10 weeks in Bali, and he said due to the water filtration being just subpar on that island, that getting quality drinking water alone is, a hell of a task, let alone, operating a brewery and getting beer to the public as well. But he said that there was one particular craft brewery on the island, the only brewery on the island, and he visited there, and they have just an amazing filtration system for their water. Again, when drinking water is scarce, beer is less of a priority, but he went there, he said the beer was awesome, and he gave us a t-shirt. He wanted us to cap off the video at the last brewery. We didn't make it to our last brewery. Brewery's called Black Sands Brewery, and this is so sick. Look at the logo of this. Thanks, Brandon, for this t-shirt. This is awesome. And there's just a little bit of history to it as well, given that, the only brewery on the island, and it's cool that, their logo is so sick. It's cool that Brandon got to join us on this trip. And yeah, it's sweet that he left us with a little something as well. So that's it, guys. Like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments if you like these type of videos as well. I know we do a lot of MMA stuff, a lot of fishing stuff, tarantula stuff, but we're gonna keep doing beer stuff. And this was awesome being back home hanging out with the boys. So until next time, we're out. Time to get some sleep. I'm tired.